Hi everyone. I just wanted to put this quick video together for you to demonstrate some of the things that you'll be seeing with the rollout of NexHealth to our locations. MCDC is really excited to be transitioning to this new patient communications platform that will allow us to send our patients forms prior to their appointment so they can complete them. Once those forms are completed, they will write back into Dentrix, and that's what I wanted to show you today is what you will see in Dentrix once those forms are completed and synced back. The forms will sync back into the Document Center. So I'm going to click on the Document Center right here. And over on the left-hand side, I will go ahead and open this plus sign, and you will see the folder for miscellaneous. And that is where all of the forms that will sync from NexHealth that the patient completes, that's where they'll be housed, is under the miscellaneous folder. I'm going to go ahead and click on the medical history form. This is new. And when you see the thumbnails here, you can scroll through and review what the patient filled out and sent back prior to their appointment. So if they have marked yes to any of these allergies, those will be synced in and update in the medical alerts area in Dentrix now. So for any of our patients that are completing our medical history form from the link that they are sent on their appointments, we will now be using this form and the medical alerts area. We will no longer be using the health history wizard in the tooth chart. I'm going to go ahead and click on out of the Document Center here and give you an idea of what the medical alerts will look like. You can access it by clicking on the red cross anywhere in Dentrix. So there's several areas you can click on it. I'm going to click on this one right here in the family file. And as you can see, everything that that patient had marked yes to is now showing up in our problems, medications, and allergies. I know that was a small screen earlier that you were looking at with the form, but they did have aspirin checked as yes, they were allergic to it. So you can see here, it wrote back in to the software from what that patient form when they submitted it. If we need to go through and edit any of these things, we can do that simply by clicking on that line item. It will open it up and we can make notes. If there's anything we want to say about their hypoglycemia, we could do that here. I'm just going to say test patient, just so you can see how that will look in the notes. And I'm going to click OK. And now when I click on that, you will see test patient in the notes over here on the right hand side. And you will see it changed as of today's date, July 5th. The discovery date, the date it was entered, was July 2nd. Once the dentist reviews these health histories with the patients, when they're logged into Dentrix, they will go in and they will mark reviewed medical alerts. It will get a prompt that says that it's been recorded, that the medical alert was reviewed, and you can click OK. I'm going to go back to that just for a moment here. I'm going to go on View Alert History, and you can see here it will document right here in a list the date it was reviewed and who reviewed it. And so at this time, that's why we're asking that the doctors are the ones that go in under their login and review this, so we have it documented that the doctor is the one that reviewed it. Okay, so moving along, if there are things as patients come in and you update this medical alerts area when they come in for their appointments, similar to when you were marking your name and date in the reviewed by box of the previous health history, you will pull this up and you can inactivate any of these line items. If this patient says, I'm no longer having any heartburn, we can inactivate. and we can say resolved and click OK. You do have the option, if something gets entered in error, you can always say they entered an error. So maybe they accidentally didn't realize they had yes marked on the form. When you review this with them, you can simply say entered an error. We're going to click resolved for this demonstration and click OK. It removes it from the active problems. However, it does not remove it from the patient's history. We can click right here on this little magnifying glass, and it will show inactive resolved in the list. I can simply click on that toggle again, and it will list only the active problems, medications, and allergies. All right, so now I'm going to move into what this looks like in the clinical note, because everything that gets put in here also updates in the clinical note. I'm going to switch over to a little bit different view of Dentrix here to show you what that looks like. So here is the patient, the medical alerts. I'm going to go ahead and open up their chart here for just a minute. Let me resize. And I am going to go ahead and open this clinical note right here. And as you can see, make this a little bigger for you, it will put in today's date, the medical alert, what was done, it was added, the original entry date, and any notes that would be along with that. Then it goes down into the medications. You can see here Tylenol was added and the date it was added. Latex allergy added, the date it was added. So everything gets added to the clinical notes as we review them. The one nice thing is, let me just quickly go back to the family file here, go to the medical alerts on this patient, and mark it reviewed. And I will just quickly pull this up again under the reviewed. It posts that I reviewed it. And I'm going to go ahead and close this. I'm going to go back to this note, scroll down, and make this a little bigger again for you. And now that I've marked that reviewed, it goes through here and says active problems, active medications, and active allergies. So what that does is if there's nothing to change or add, by marking it reviewed, it will put in all of the current active ones because we won't have anything to add. If there is nothing to add, the patient has no medications, allergies, or things like that, it will put a note in that says no noted allergies, medications, or conditions. Okay, so that completes our review of how the forms look in Dentrix in the Document Center, and the alerts that will be created, how to get into the medical alerts, and how those alerts look in the clinical notes. This will all replace our current medical history wizard that we are entering into now. So as patients complete the new form and it syncs into their Document Center, there will be no need to be utilizing the current medical history wizard in the chart. I hope you have a wonderful day.